What's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your midday Wednesday edition. So I had to watch the game this morning because I didn't get a chance to watch it last night. But anyway, I'm here to bring you my post game analysis. So the Indiana Fever bounced back in a major way, and it's all due because they played with energy. They played with energy. They really, really got after it. Man, Sid Colston started after being got injured over a week ago. Um, New acquisition, Ari McDonald came in, gave a lot of energy. What does Indiana Fever needed? They needed energy on both ends of the floor. She gave that energy. Now, Sid Colston did get banged up again. She had a bloody nose in the game, and in the third quarter, she got a little bumped up again. But nevertheless, the Indiana Fever second half explosion due to Kelsey Mitchell and Lexie Hull, who has been playing outstanding basketball through the first six games. Lexie Hall is really, 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 really playing some outstanding ball. I mean, you cannot, you cannot just, you have to appreciate it. And like I say, she is due for a contract extension this off season. Um, but they could call her, so we don't know. But we'll worry about that as that time pass. Aaliyah Boston, she has some moments in the game. She has some moments, but foul trouble has still been an issue. Every time she plays against Washington, she gets in foul trouble. And nonetheless, man, the referees just seems like they just want to blow the whistle on her no matter what she does. Now, like I said, she has some moments in this game. You got to give it up to Dantas, who had a nice first quarter. She had 8 points total, hit a couple of threes. You got even Sid Colston. I mean, I think Ari McDonald energy really, really showcased a lot for the Fever. They showcased a lot for the Fever. They made Sid Colston play, even though she was banged up a little bit. She played. She had 7 points in the game. We didn't expect for her to score, but she did, and she played with a lot of energy. She played with a lot of defense and everything like that. Now, even though I'm talking about the good, I gotta highlight the bad. Natasha Howard, she only has 6 points, but she definitely needs to not be in the starting lineup. She, I get irritated when I see her play now because she gets the rebound, she pushes the pace up the floor, but she doesn't look for nobody. Her head is down. She lost the ball not once but twice. She missed a point blank fast break layup under the basket. Then DeWanna Bonner, who had 9 points, but she spent a whole lot in the first half whining and complaining to the referee. Even on a play where Ari McDonald got the steal and give it back to her, she kind of like still felt a little somber. They spent too much time complaining to the referees. The referees is going to be who they are. And I said this a lot of times. If you're going to complain to the referees, you're taking yourself out the game. I can understand Caitlin and Leah complaining, but a lot of things that in this game, DeWanna didn't need to complain about. She just needed to get back in and play, you know, and everything like that. And then she was making mental mistakes. I don't know even know where her head was at or anything like that. But but I do want to talk about Ari. Ari McDonald came in with a lot of energy. She had 7 points in the game. She contributed right away. She came off the bench for Sid. She did all the things. She took a couple of charges. I mean, it just it's great to see that. Now I hope that she plays well against Chicago on Saturday, because if she does and she plays well against Atlanta, by the time hopefully CC comes back. She comes back by the Atlanta or the New York game. Because the thing about it is that you're looking at a situation where I think, and I'm gonna say this because I'm going to put it out there. I do believe Bree Turner will be the cut person of this team. I think her value is not up there. I think Sid Colston's value is more of needed than Bree Turner's. So that's what I feel. I feel like we could move Tipson in. We already got Dante's backing up Aaliyah. We got Tipson that she could come in for Howard. She could come in for Boston. I mean, not Boston, but um, Dewana. And then we still got Sophie, and we got Caitlin that's coming back. So we still got enough. I think this team needs to be a little bit more athletic, a little bit faster. And I think that's where it's supposed to be at right there. Now, Ari McDonald did have 5 assists too in this game. So, and I think what, 2 steals. So she really brought the energy. She really forced Brittany Sykes to rethink her game, because Brittany was tearing us up because we didn't have nobody to pressure her. Now you got somebody that'll pressure and makes um you pick up your dribble and everything like that. So, but all in all, the game was good. It's good to see the Fever back in the winning column. This is the type of game actually that the Indiana Fever needed, because this, just like Kelsey Mitchell had 24 points, she got off in this game, and she needed this game because she talked about it. I think that the Indiana Fever needed this game, because this is the kind of game that could put this team on a winning streak. It's still going to be tough, but they could do it. If they play the way they play, the one more issue I have with them, they had a big lead in the third quarter, a 16-point lead, 15 and 16-point lead, and they actually almost gave that away because they started playing one-on-one, start doing the things. When you just go into the post, give Aaliyah the ball, and let her go to work. So let's look at some um let's look at some video of certain things. I got 2 press conference video, one for Steph White, one for Lexie and Kelsey Mitchell, and then I got a short clip real quick here. I think that right there is probably the hardest picture video of the Indiana Fever. That was like, and you know what? I'm saving that. I'm gonna save that piece because I'm going to do a special piece this week on Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark's relationship. I think they perfect for each other, man. They perfect for each other. So, but and then here's Stephanie White, celebrating Ari on a great job that she did.
Very hell of a job. You came in, you impacted the ball game, you settled us down, you were aggressive, your defense set the tone. Hell of a job.
Ari McDonald, not Ari McDonald. So, but again, here's the press conference.
The end of that second quarter through the third quarter felt like you found an offensive groove that you guys maybe haven't been in as much since Caitlin went down. Was that, is that the half-second basketball, the ball movement you're talking about that attributed to that stretch of play?
Yeah, it is. We want to get to half second. I think we're still at 1 second. But, I don't know, realistically when that gets to that point. But it is. It's much more like that. Now, you get to get moving. You attack closeouts. If you have to dribble the ball more than 3 times, it's too much, right? Like, you got to shoot it, drive it, or move it. And I thought we did that throughout the course of a good period in our second quarter and third quarter. So that's the challenge. That's the goal. We'll show them again what it looks like when we're really moving it, and then hopefully they can get a sense of what it feels like when you're in a rhythm. Oftentimes we say it's like making music, right? It's like a dance. It's a rhythm. It's all of those things.
And that the thing about it is, even though they got this win and Erie came in on a 1 day, and I'm gonna do a video with her follow up video, about her and her coming to the league. So the thing about it is that the Indiana Fever still got to play, get used to playing without Caitlin Clark. Hopefully Caitlin comes back or she gets evaluated by the weekend, and hopefully she could play next week. Hopefully. But nevertheless, it's they still got to do the little things. They still got to maintain, not get out of whack. The ball movement was much better, much better. And I think having Airy out there really helped them, you know, with the ball movement and stuff like that. Now they still had tendencies at times, they want to be the hero, and they got to learn how to pass, give that extra pass for the a better shot. They cannot get in these tendencies because that's how you lose leads. That's how you lose games. Same thing with New York. They could have beat New York. They started playing hero ball. You gotta do the little things to continue to win. If they continue to pass the ball the way they doing and move the ball around, there, even with Caitlin Clark not there, there's no team could beat them. They got to continue to trust each other and stop getting in each other's way. That's what I think. That's a lot of things that this is happening. They're getting in each other's way instead of help each other and say, "Hey, okay, it might not be my night. Okay, let me get it to the hot hand." You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Here's Lexi and Kelsey.
Of us for fighting, and also just really proud of Ari for coming out and providing just some incredible minutes, 27 minutes, and
Yes.
she was ready. She stayed ready, and we needed every single one of those, and just really proud of the group today.
Kelsey, go back to Ari. What was it like to just have another lefty out there with you and seeing her contribute the way that she did on both ends of the court, not just offensively to give you all ball handling, but she was locking up the ball.
Oh, the ultimate pro. She did an unbelievable job of coming in yesterday and really knowing the plays. Kind of like we somebody said in the locker room, we feel like you need to play more than us, or she just kind of was on it, and I think it just goes to serve to show what pros are and how they're supposed to operate, and she did everything amazingly and with such grace. And I think for us, we could use what she brings us to the table offensively and defensively. She can guard the ball. She can get us all positioned to get shots. And I think more importantly, she's fun to play with. So I think we get a collective great guard all the way around.
And Lexi, how much do you think you?
All right, so that's just a short clip right there, and you can't say nothing bad about it because Ari comes in, and most people that comes in don't even learn to play. They don't even get to start the first game. But she come in because they needed her right then and there, and she came in to contribute. She hustled. She got, like I said, she played hell of a defense. But the Indiana Fever going to continue to have to play that way. They're gonna have to trust each other. Like I said, me personally, I think it's time to sit Natasha Howard on the bench. I think you could put DeWanna Bonner in that place because I think they move faster. DeWanna Bonner plays outside. You don't clog the paint with Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard. And I go back and say it's the same thing we had with Nalissa Smith and Leah Boston last year. Nalissa Smith could not stretch the floor, and you need somebody to stretch the floor to open the lanes to get them passes in there. And having Natasha Howard out there is not going to get it. I think it's time to move her to the bench, move DeWanna Bonner back to the starting lineup. And if that doesn't work, um, but time Sophie comes back, I will move, put the veterans on the bench, let them come off the bench, and let Sophie, Lexi, Caitlin, DeWanna, Caitlin and Kelsey and AB, they all start and they move faster. Now, depends on the matchups. You know what I'm saying? Depends on who you playing. If you playing Atlanta, might want to lose, put a little bit bigger size or lengthy size in there. So again, guys, great win for the Indiana Fever. Great win. Great win. Back into the W column. But this is first of 5 of the. I was thinking about this too. I was thinking that the Indiana Fever could win the Commissioner's Cup. And if they beat Chicago Saturday and find a way to beat Atlanta on Tuesday, and by the time they play New York on Saturday, if they beat them and say they beat who Connecticut Sun after that, that's 5 games. They could be playing whoever for the championship for the Commissioner's Cup. And I think they have a shot. They have a real good shot. They got New York and Atlanta. Those are 2 tough teams on that schedule. But hopefully Caitlin comes back. If Caitlin comes back and they playing like they're playing now, and she just goes right on in there and they just take off and she don't have no setbacks on the quad, that's something that they just got to reevaluate again, to determine if she could come back next week. So we have to see. But great win for the Indiana Fever back in the win column. Beat the Washington Mystics 85-76, led by Kelsey 24, Lexie's 14. Let's see if we could get 2 in a row on Saturday. I will stream live for that game, so you just have to stay tuned and watch out. Until then, this is Live Wire Sports Media. This is your midday Wednesday edition. Until then, you know what it is, because if you don't know, now you know.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment.